1, 2, 3.
Hi from the National Wilderness Conference! We're all having a good time! Woo!
Yeah. What's up, lovely people? How you guys doing? My name is Khaleesi Monroe. They don't go outside, and when I went outside, you know, outside to them was the park down the street, and that was the boundaries that I was permitted to. You know, I couldn't go past those boundaries. If I went past those boundaries, you know, my family would start to worry. They would automatically have this fear because, you know, it's a mentality that black people have, that black people didn't really have a good experience when it came to going outside. Usually it was for running away from something. It was because of fear. And I'm really making a reference to slavery. That trauma was suppressed, and then it moved on to generation to generation. And that same thing that was taught to my mother, like don't ever go outside, was taught to me. So that's something that I'm trying to break out of that mold.
My name is Gloria. My dad is Baskin. He lived in Port Altus when there was only about 2 families. I've never been able to be out in the middle of Alaska for 10 days straight if it wasn't for Alaska Geographic and the Chugach Children's Forest. I grew up in a modern home, and I did not practice many traditions of Alaska Native people, but I still feel that deep, deep connection with the land. And I can really not put into words the connection that I have with this land. And I love that connection. I want my children and my grandchildren and other people's children and grandchildren to feel that connection that I have with the earth in their own way. And it is important to preserve these lands because I do not want to see my people's traditions die. And with the land, the traditions will die with it. But that's why we are here to preserve this land so it does not die.
My name is Sally Jewell. I was born in the Dominican Republic, and I have been living in Alaska for 4 years already. My family never camps, never went out, did anything like this. If you want, you know, to have youth representing the wilderness, you have to look at them because they're really not coming to you. If you go and get the teenagers and the youth, their families are going to come with them. Like my mom, she doesn't like outdoors.
I'm Dawson. I'm standing in front of you representing the youth, representing the next generation. I want you to do what you do. I want your job right now. We're waiting for everyone to retire. But I don't want to walk into your guys' old office with a big pile of paperwork. I would rather be out in the wilderness in a job shadow, learning it from hands-on, like knowing what I'm protecting, learning your guys' life stories, like different memories that come up with you, and like just more about the place that I'm standing in, and like what I'm there to protect. Show me how to do the great things you do, so I can continue it long after you're gone, and I promise to teach the next generation what you'll teach me. So long after I'm gone, the hard work, the dirty, tiring, adventurous work will be done, and it'll be done right. And if Barbara and Tim Blyden are out there, thank you guys so much for all you've done.
So as Gloria mentioned in the introduction, we have a major initiative in the Department of Interior and across the federal family to get more young people engaged in public lands, to play, first to play. If you don't play and you don't have a good time, you're not going to go out there. Second, to learn in the best classroom of all, Mother Nature. And third, to serve, to work alongside people like those Washington Trails Association volunteers that I saw on the trail to Hannigan Pass. And fourth, to work, to put the kinds of careers that you're all in, and the kinds of careers we support at the Department of Interior and the USDA Forest Service and the National Resource Conservation Service and the state parks across these lands and the local parks. We need young people to have these things on their radar. So it's up to all of us to engage that next generation, to take young people out into the wilderness, or even what feels like wilderness in our own backyards.